my butterfly collection, but I think it's on there somewhere. I just don't know where. All right, off to the desert over here where the bones are. There's a lot of bones here, and I'm kind of curious on what they all are. Like, this looks like an entire graveyard of bones. And I think we're gonna find at least one worm here somewhere. Sorry, I'm listening. Listening and looking for worms. You know, can I fish here? This would seem like a place I could fish. Oh, there's mango there. Or not mangoes, they look like mangoes. Okay, we're gonna use a rod here and see if we can catch something. This makes sense here that there would be something here. Surely there'd be something more. Right? Looks very special compared to like other places. Okay, well, I'll get a list of things. Oh, they're pears. I don't know where I need these pears, but I have them. Why are there so many skeletons here? Was this like hunting grounds or nesting grounds or something? Or did they all just choose to come here and die of old age? There are some animals that do that. Humans used to do it too. I think maybe at least one worm here. Like somewhere on top of these ribs somewhere. I wonder if some of the fish also happen at night, and that could be where I'm missing a lot of them too. Because I totally forgot that this game actually has day and night times. I think next time it's nighttime, I'll just try and stop and fish and see. Do you think it's nighttime yet? I mean, the sun's kind of going down a little bit. Give it a try, I suppose. Alright.
Desert fishing.
Yeah, I know. It's this is what I'm saying. The sand's weird. Trying to find out which sand you can do it. The only hint I've got is that I could do it near plants is best.
So what type of fish are you looking for?
Any fish that isn't a kicker, because I've already caught one. But I'm trying to see if it was based off time, since it's kind of going, the sun's kind of going down. And I've never tried catching fish at night. there's an entire list of fish in the game, and I just got done putting it in the museum. Some of them, so now I gotta find where the rest of them are. That and two butterflies. There were two different butterflies I didn't have. I think one butterfly's in caves, and the other one in the other region I haven't been in that much of. I'm determined to get all of the masks, okay? All of them. No. But that's the best part about the game. Why not?
I think that's a little kicker spot right there.
It's the most common one. I'm waiting. I think I said, I'm trying to see if it's because it's nighttime or not. Because the days I think are only 6 hours long.
Could you use those little kickers as baits?
No,
Oh,
you can't change your bait, and you can't. I got my rod updated, but that's about it. I think your rod gets updated each time you come and grab something new from her. See, I was right. You doubted me. Absolutely doubted me. I know how video games is. So I think you just need to stay in one spot and fish all day. Okay. I'm not going to do it from this video. This video is not about fishing. I just wanted to see if that was what it was. We're looking for worms and exploring this area while we have chance. You're a weird plant. I don't understand you.
you know, I'm waiting for the GOG to release a game, and that game is Assassin's Creed Trilogy.
Why do you want Assassin's Creed trilogy?
Why not? It's good, right?
I'm not asking. I'm not questioning your desires. I was just curious.
I mean, it's better than the rest of the Assassin's Creeds we have today.
Oh, I guess so. I just didn't know. You just said that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, I like, of course, we have the Ezio trilogy, the best
Uh-huh.
trilogy.
Ezio was pretty good, yeah. See, look at the sky, the stars. They're so beautiful. But like, see how quickly the day happened. That was a very quick day. But yeah, I'm gonna make a list off stream for the fish and where they're at, and we'll just make a day of fishing for the game because I want all the masks for the sake of collections. Okay, I think I found everything here.
Does that have fast travel?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just traveling around their locations and stuff. I have NPCs to help and things. I'm just trying to find them, like find other things. I was trying to find worms and stuff.
You know that logo reminded me of Genshin. That loading logo.
Probably. I think my character's still not strong enough to go up these things, but maybe there's a way to cheese it just a little bit. You know? Hold up, I can't do it that way. I don't want it to go all the way down. I probably can make it all the way to the top. Yeah, I can make it to the top. I wondered, I didn't even try to go for the bird, over for the, over to to fly to the bird, so I'm wondering if I should have. It's another way up. I wonder if I should have tried to climb up to the bird and startled it. Because I felt like I needed to get a shiny mask for it. Because, you know, people talk about a shiny mask in the story. I don't know if I have enough stamina for this. Might. But I don't know. Yeah. I have not tried to fish on this thing. Okay. Like, I'd probably get fish on this area, because I think this area for sure has stuff. Yeah, see, she's all the way up there. I wonder if the last upgrade is endless stamina, meaning your character can just continue climbing. Because there's no way that the last update is, or last stamina boost is enough to get you up there if it's just one bar, you know? I like that there's this little crawl hole here. You know, it'd be kind of cool if there's an entire crawl hole all the way up. I don't know why it wouldn't go down. If there's a crawl space all the way leading up, so you don't have to climb all the way up, you got to climb part of the way up. Or if you could use some of the stronger events to get up there. It's not gonna happen, but it'd be nice. My other thoughts, maybe there's something shiny up on top of these things. Up on top of these little peaks. Oh, there's there's a worm here. Nice. There's gotta be a worm up there for sure. I'm trying to make a debate on where I should head. Because he's right there. I'm not sure if I can make this jump. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if I can make this jump and then make it to the top before my stamina runs out. I feel like not. Maybe? Okay. There's something over on that other, like, edge. Another nest. Oh, I hope I can get up here. That'd be so good. I think I can get up here. Ooh. It makes pretty noises. I can get up here, so I'm excited now. Hello? Hi. Oh no! Oh no, you poor baby! I just stole your eggs, by the way. Sorry. Can you come here for their eggs all the time? Is that like a thing you can do? Okay, well I can now see. Oh, that makes me kind of sad that we could take their eggs. But at the same time, my eggs now. I can now make an omelet if I want to. But since we're so far up, this must have been the other spot that it was in. Like the other, like, thing. I'm looking for more worms now since we are high enough now to, like, look down upon the world. I probably won't see all of them. Kind of looking over the edge. And we'll go down to what's his face? To the one climber the second. Okay. Okay. I don't think I see any other worms immediate. They may be there, but if they are, they're not loaded in. But I'm gonna go glide over to him and tell him to, I got your eggs, get down now. Alright, now you need to get down. You take your eggs and you get out. Yeah, you. I try not to look too tired as I hand the eggs over to Dilhan, who seemed positively delighted. Would you look at that? Hate to admit it, but you might be a better climber than me. At least a better bird scarer. The birds are terrible for me. Birds terrible for me. Please just come down now. I suppose I should get back to Zeb. But before I do, you deserve this. That's like no climb I've ever seen. Certainly not from the amateur. By an amateur. Jill hands me a climbing badge, and I thank him for it. See you around, glider, and thanks. I say goodbye. Okay. Alright. Let's step down there. Hey, boys. Are you behaving yourselves down here? Zeb isn't as hurried as when I first met him. They greet me warmly, and I feel their relief on in my shoulders. Thank you so much for fetching Dahan for me, glider. It wasn't easy, but I did it. Man, really likes eggs, huh? I remarked to Zeb how much Dahan seems to like eggs. Well, just so you know, the adventure is not exactly over. You see, Dahan's not planning on eating those eggs. I hope you know. He seems quite keen on birds, and well, it seems at the end of all this, he and I are going to end up with chirping little triplets. Aw, he wanted a pet. He wanted a. That's even cuter. Maybe we'll name them after you. I tell Zeb I think I'd like that, and give a congratulatory farewell. Goodbye to Zeb. That's cute. Oh, there I meet again. Of less tedious seems in good spirits. Now the daredevil inside has been satisfied. Maybe I'll catch you at another high point, eh? I say goodbye to Helen. Okay, so we have another mask, and since we got another mask, we're gonna go turn it in. But we'll do it closer to the end of this recording, just because I still want to explore this area, and I haven't explored much of it. That cactus is weird. I know you have to like crouch to get it, but it's so weird. It's just weird looking. Okay. Now we're heading to these pools. I've been to these pools before, but I think I'm missing something from said pools. Like, I want to see if there's any more information on them. There's like these tiny teepees over here. What are these tiny teepees? Are these like little fires? Are they little campsites that once existed that no longer do? There's also this... You can't fish in water, right? Might be able to. Didn't even try. No. Yeah, you can fish in sand, can't fish in water. What an odd situation. Makes sense, though, I suppose, from an alien's perspective, because of the fact that this is an alien planet. This isn't Earth. Therefore, maybe there's no no animals that live within the water. The water may not even be something to this world. It may be an alien thing brought here from here by Earth. I do wish there was more noises. Okay, well, pretty sure I caught that. But I wish there was a little bit more ambiance other than just the wind and the sand sound. I would have liked some, like, crickets or snake sounds or anything like that sounds like that. I've never been to a desert, so maybe the stillness and the quiet is exactly what ends up being the case, but still. I see this little shed over here. Is this a village over here at the back? Looks like it. Okay, there's something going on with this area. Sometimes the odd sounds. You know what makes me think of the moments of absolute silence, and then suddenly you hear like music playing. It reminds me of Astroneer, where the music just is constantly quiet, and it feels out of place, but not quite in a bad way. It just kind of feels like someone trying to fill the sound of nothing. Like, I could see a bunch of Astroneers being on a planet and then suddenly start humming or singing to themselves because it's too quiet, you know? That's what it feels like, is the game's too quiet, so the game starts making noise so that it's not eerie. Which is fine. Just weird feeling. Oh. You got blown over. Oh. Well, there's the air balloon. Are you a puzzle? You look like a puzzle. That looks like a fishing spot. We're gonna go to the balloon. I think I have enough money to buy the last map. Well, do I need a map for this area? Yeah, I've already gotten the map for this area. I think I've got all the maps. But I don't remember climbing up his area. I guess I did? It's okay. I still need to explore around here anyways. I can definitely see this being a place I missed worms. There's a lot of things in the way of the view. There's also the fact that I think I have one more ship part to finish so that I can activate Saren's full systems. I've only activated 5 of them and there's 6 total.
Oh, he does in a new cage. Okay. I was getting worried. Look how foggy it is.
Outside?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is foggy. It's just basic sheer white.
And you could see some looking clouds over.
Oh, there. Yeah. Like it's all just like this is, you know what it looks like?
Silent Hill?
Yeah, it looks like Silent Hill, like the first game. When there's just nothing but fog. Okay, we have to head over here.
I want to take you out in the fog.
Huh?
I want them to take you out in the fog.
I've been on fog.
Not in New York fog. You can actually not see up ahead of you.
Well, okay, sweetie, that's how fog works. You can't see anything.
Not in the city, not, yeah, but
It's still the same thing in the boonies too.
yeah, but not one goes to Silent Hill, right?
It's still the same thing. Like, it is.
Yeah, you listen to me when I tell you it's not the same. Don't you dare compare it to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You,
City boy.
you will accept what I say, okay? That's right.
City boy.
Whatever, redneck.
Hey, this redneck at least knows and is not surprised by experiences you felt before. We've been in St. Louis when it was foggy and humid to boot.
I know. I know you experienced the farm life. You don't have to keep reminding me.
St. Louis is not a farm, sweetie. St. Louis is the capital of the state and is actually very big.
Still, you live the farm life.
Oh, God.
Well, how did you correct it?
I don't know. I transcended and went. I think it was just loading in and my character was not as important to render. I was the least important little part of that. Alright, so this is the last.
Did you ever play a Star Wars game?
I would play a game similar to Star Wars. If you mean like with spaceships and whatnot, there's a few good games in there. No.
Why?
I don't like it. Okay, it's cringy. Let me put it that way. It's cringy because of the fact that, also I felt vibrations. Maybe this is also where I'm missing stuff. I don't like the idea of playing Star Wars or Star Trek. I know both of them are different, but both of them, I think Star Wars is currently the one that's made a game into a game. But if they even did Star Trek into a game, I couldn't do either of them. I watched the TV shows and movies as a kid, and it's just not the same. It's kind of like living in a fan fiction, right? You know how like when you see people make fan fictions of a game, they're nice, but they're not the real thing, and they feel almost like a ripoff, and they almost feel like an insult to some extent, depending on the fan fiction. Because some fan fictions are pretty good, but that's what it feels like. With that, it just feels cringy. It feels like it's some little girl's dream, you know, made real, like a little girl's dream.
How?
Well, think about it. Like a lot of people complained that like the Star Trek games, or the Star Wars games didn't follow canon law, like canon information, and it will never be able to, right? In order to make it entertaining for new audiences, they would have to add new things in. But a lot of people who are veterans are also playing the game. People who read the books, who watched the movies, who are big fans of Star Wars and stuff, right?
I will say this: the ones that does follow like close, fall very close to the lore itself
Yeah.
are the originals and the prequels. The sequels do not.
Of the movies, yes, but I'm
Yes.
talking about the game because Star Wars was a book series. And so some of the stuff that they follow in the movies are put in the games because they're more flashy and more interesting to an
The
audience.
games I'm suggesting is like you play as a clone trooper
Uh,
and
I
you just do like these missions.
I know, but I don't want to do that
Why?
because as I said, I don't like the idea of it and I'm not super fan of it. I'm not a hardcore Star Trek fan. I'm honestly more of a Star Wars I'm more of a Star Wars I'm more of a Star Trek fan versus Star Wars because I find Star Wars to be very cringy because it's so far from the original content that I've not read the books, mind you. I only ever watched the movies growing up. And I've heard enough people rant about how they don't like how a lot of the other extra merchandises, movies, video games don't follow through with it. Right? Think of it this way. The Witcher. The Witcher has only recently been given a TV show, right?
Yes.
But from the book to game, there's a lot of discrepancies that people didn't like because in order to make it more palatable for an audience, they had to change things, right? To somewhat. I don't agree with it, don't disagree with it. It is what it is. But the reason people really liked the series was it took some stuff from the games, but it also took a lot of content from the original source. That is a successful situation because I liked the Witcher series because it followed a lot of it follows a lot more with the story. Probably not perfectly because books don't age well with some content, but it stuck more to its line. With Star Wars, there isn't necessarily. A lot of people have complained that it didn't follow through with a lot of stuff. And it makes it to where it almost becomes a little fan fiction-y. And I also get sick and tired of hearing about. I don't hear very many Witcher fans biting at each other the way I've seen. I have seen full-on people at the movie theater in Star Wars kill each other in a verbal argument at the popcorn counter while we were waiting behind them, right? There are some hardcore fans that just do not accept less, and I don't like that. I don't like that mindset. I don't like how it muddies the water, how there is a fake and not fake, I know, but I'm saying I know that there's all like lots of fandoms are like that. But the problem is I don't like those fandoms. Okay, here's the thing. If I like those fandoms, I will argue because I know exactly what I'm arguing. But when I have some nerd in my face arguing about something that I don't give that much of a crap about, that's annoying. It'd be like if you were arguing with a girl, you went to go watch the Powerpuffs movie, right? They made a new movie, Powerpuffs. And you and I both like Powerpuffs mutually, and I'm more like, okay, cool, it's whatever. It's not like our most favorite TV show. It's not they pulled Courage the Cowardly Dog out, which we liked more, right? So it'd be like us staying in line, having an argument with somebody who is a super Powerpuff fan, calling, getting in our face and stuff because the movie is not to par.
Okay, now how about this? Like, there's like.
But hold up, I'm getting off topic a little bit.
Okay.
My point being is I don't really care about the I'm not a big enough fan of Star Wars to want to play it.
Okay.
But with for instance with Witcher, I love the show and the game enough, and I would thought about reading the book at some point to get more context for things. I think there's some things I'm missing, obviously. But I liked the show and the game enough that I would be interested in doing more with it. It's also some things like Aragon stuff, right? The Aragon book series was great. The Aragon movies were not great. And if they were to revamp them, a lot of people would like the show more, or the books more. But that's another thing, too. If they were to make an Aragon series, okay, let me put it that way. I like Aragon. Love the book series. Obviously, I own the books. The author is a brilliant man, and I think that his work is top tier. Okay, but he's got a book out, or book series out. There's a movie that was made. The movie was crap. It wasn't that bad, but it definitely wasn't it wasn't definitely my top tier favorite. It was probably about a C, in my opinion. Alright, it wasn't super bad, wasn't super great. People really didn't like the CGI dragon. I didn't think it really mattered that much. I just didn't like how much story it didn't cover. It skipped a lot of good stuff in the middle. But to be fair, he has like 5 books right now, and they're thick. They're like 2 inches at the smallest. They're big books. Anyways, there's a lot of content to cover. I wish they had slowed it down a little bit and made like 1 movie per book, half book, something like that. But that's so much to ask for. Anyways, movie's not great. Book series is fantastic, right? But if they were to make a video game about it today, and they didn't actually fix the movie or didn't make a movie series to make it good, I would not play it. Love dragons, love Aragon, wouldn't do it because they couldn't make the movie right. So how you expect them to make the games right? And that's the same thing with Star Wars. They can't make the movies to where there aren't fans bickering at each other with each other at the movie theaters. How can I rely upon a game to be any better? You know, like that's my thing. I have distrust.
So what if they like made a Star Wars game that it doesn't have all the main characters in it, it doesn't follow the lore itself, but it's just basically like you play.
You're playing a character within the realm.
Yes.
It's fan fiction. You're playing a character in the realm that
Is that fine?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to play a character. It's not like Grand Theft Auto, where it's based in the real world, where I can do things like that. It's based in the fictional realm. That's kind of like, okay, cool. Because here's the thing, right? And Star Wars and stuff, right?
Mhm.
And if you're playing a character, you either get stuck being a very boring. You get stuck being a boring character. He wants me to stop the conversation so he can come back. He's debating with me. I am not playing a Star Wars game. I see that corridor. I knew that there wasn't just loot in here. I smell these cubbies. As a child who once crawled into small spaces, I know what I'm being tricked. Probably would have been better off if I looked. Okay, cool. This video is gonna be a little longer. I'm sorry. I wanted to get more in here, but we started this debate, and I was trying to get to my point without it being this way. I don't think I could ever do a video giving my opinion on something without having to write it down first, because I drive off the field so many times, and sometimes my symbolic ideas on a thing isn't good. Yeah. Okay. So, oh god.
Alright. So you're not gonna play those in general.
Yeah.
What about Batman?
Batman, I wouldn't have an issue playing.
Okay.
Because you're playing Batman from a relatively. Because here's the thing, Batman has lots of resources, or lots of core, lots of canon references that you can work with.
I will say this: that in the DC universe, and along with like in the Marvel universe, there's not much canon references we can go upon, other than like they have like similar traits.
Well, I'm seeing more like what I'm saying is that there are plenty of episodes in the series that you could work with that I think I can open this door now. Oh, I can't. I can open and lock it too. I don't have to like there's lots of like core information you can go off of, right? Like look at how many different Batman games they have, and they're all relatively based off a canon of some caliber. But most comic books you can do that with because their worlds are so diverse that you can actually make that work, you know? They have like they have that flexibility. It's kind of like comparing like Sonic the Hedgehog to Mario. Mario, I think, had a comic series, but it's not as flexible canonically wise as Sonic is. It's still flexible, mind you. They can still do like, you know.
The Arch series is actually a good one.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like you can
I wish that the games followed the Arch series, but I think isn't it more fan made than its original?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Mario.
No,
but
I'm talking about Sonic.
I don't know about Arch Sonic because I have not seen it. You mean Archie the comics?
Yes.
Yeah. Archie the comics is what I was meaning about when I said that there is a lot of resources that can be utilized. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to see this puzzle. Is there a staircase leading up there? No. I guess I just have to grab hold of it. Yeah, Archie Comics is like what I was saying about how they have lots of things that they could work with. A lot of things that came from like the video games came from that. I may end up having to do this puzzle next time because I'm running over time by a lot. It'll be an hour's time with how these levels are, and we've gotten to this conversation, and I this is a horrible time to pick a conversation topic, sweetie.
Wow. I mean, if it's good, catch on stream while you
It's
do it.
good for stream, bad for videos.
It's not bad for videos.
Yes, I have a timer on my videos. I have to like, you don't want them being too long. Anyways, as I was gonna get into it, there's a lot of content they could work with the Archie like comic stuff. So a lot of things they used for video games and stuff like that, they took from the comics. I think I need to be staying on this platform and not that one. Might make more sense. They took a lot from that. Now, granted, they cherry picked it a lot, but I don't remember much about the Mario comics as much. I think they had some because they were trying to compete with Sonic for a long time, so it wouldn't surprise me if they did. But I don't hear much of it in comparison to the Archie comics where they really went ham with it, you know. But things like that, they have some that are just more flexible like that. Are you serious? I can't. Are you telling me I have to hang on it like that the whole freaking time? You know what?
Probably.
Probably. It's annoying. I'm just trying to get this done. But yeah, some people's content, some certain people's games and stuff are just more flexible. I find that Star Wars content isn't as flexible because I've just had worse experiences with it. I also get really sick of it because, like I said, it's just not something I like. So game-wise, I don't find it as entertaining to play. Like it'd be different if it was an open game where you could play different races. Like if I could play different species and stuff, that would be different. But it's not that. Sorry, I try to get up here to do this. Do I? Oh, I think I have to get. Yeah, I have to get 2 of these in here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So maybe it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Maybe I'm just making it difficult. Okay. But yeah. So I don't know. I just don't find it as interesting in my opinion as I would if it was other things. Sorry, I thought maybe there was something over there. I don't think there is. There may be a reason I have to put these in a specific location, but I don't think so. That one I definitely need to get up onto to get the money up there. I don't think so. It's low or higher up. Okay. I think I need to climb, or not climb, I need to get up on that one. It's really hard when there's a hole in the floor and I can't see what I'm doing. Oh god, can I just grab hold of the pole? You let me get a hold of it earlier.
Yeah, be a pole dancer.
Ugh, shut up. I'm not in the mood for your weird jokes. You could just say it, although what doesn't make your joke any less lame. Is that sassy enough for you?
You have just, the funny bone in you.
I don't need a funny bone. How would you get up there? Surely I can't grab it from here, right? Oh, I think I have to climb up the pole here, don't I? Up the, pipe? Maybe? Because I think it's climbable. Maybe? It'd make a lot of sense. No. How would I get up there, though? Um... Because you can't... Can you climb the wall, maybe? Maybe that's what I need to do? No? I mean, maybe I have to line them up in a line? Like that? Because I can get up onto the other one, but I can't get up onto these ones. Maybe? One more second, I think. Okay, that's close enough as I'm gonna get it. Maybe that's what I have to do and climb up and teleport to each of them? That makes a lot of sense, but... And then have this one moving back and forth? Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to use these platforms as like a jumping post because the only one small enough to reach is the farthest one. Okay, there we go. So, because it's the only one I can kind of like get up here on. Oh god, I'm stuck in the model. Yeah, this is how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, I don't know if that was there intentionally or not, but I'm using it. That's what I'm doing with. Trix pillars? Okay, so we've got it. Oh, this is the last one, I think, which means that next time I'm gonna teleport back to the whale before I switch games, but the YouTube video will not see that. Okay. No wreckage for me? I guess there's a lot in the main area. Let's list the last thing. Hello, Siren. Sable, your security clearance has been updated. Please proceed to the well for authorization. You have unread messages. Yes. Here are your unread messages. 6. The text on screen reminds a mystery, but this time I barely look at it. If it's lost to me, then so be it. I want to hear more. This time, Captain Sigrid Singhan sounds different. Older? Up and running for 15 local years. I think that's about 20 at Earth time. Radiation levels are approaching critical and only rising. Between that and the lack of breathable air, even our children's children will need protective gear to do so much as walk between ships. Decon finally gave up the ghost last week. Age, nothing more, just time. We've been lucky that way, I think. The guy never gave up on corporate rescue mission. Oh, okay. So the captain, I'll give him that. It's stupid. Even if they were floating around out there, they have no way of getting down here. At least as far as we know. That stuff in the atmosphere, who knows? Pauses for a moment and sighs to himself. Saren, I'll be shutting down your primary functions in order to preserve power. You'll be booted up once every few years to try and send some long-range comms. but that's a job I leave to future generations. But this time you'll have enough power to sustain yourself for a few hundred spins around the star. Hell, maybe even more if anybody can figure you out. There's a break, and I think it's over. But I'm sorry things ended up this way. I had hoped better for us than to be stranded on a planet that wants to kill us, but won't let us leave. Maybe you'll be able to make sense of this one day. But if anyone asks, in whatever century, tell them I tried my best. Oh, so sad. Now I need to go take care of my people. For what it's worth, sir, I quite like the masks. Sigrid laughs. It's sad, but sweet. Thank you, Saren. Thank you for being here. Goodbye. The recording shuts off abruptly, leaving me wondering. I take a minute to collect my thoughts and then I say goodbye too. No new messages. Oh, that's so sad. I was hoping maybe they'd find a way, or that they'd find out that the surface was breathable or manageable in some capacity. And that it wasn't just dead wishes, you know? Oh, that makes me so sad. Aw. Maybe the well will have our last bit of information. Or maybe we'll make contact with Earth and make their deaths not in vain, you know? Maybe it'll be all worth it in a way. It's never worth the lives being lost, but at least it'd make up for it somewhat. That's a sad situation to be in. Alright, so we're going to end the recording here. People watching stream, we're going to head on to, I believe, the second to last game, because we're doing Guild Wars 2 and Oracle. Alright.